East Auckland's best motorcycle ride, the Kaiaua Loop. That's going to be the title for this video. Hey guys, so today's ride, like I said, I'm going to go and do the Kaiaua Loop. So I live in Beachland, so it's quite handy for me. I'm pretty fortunate actually. It's Maraetai. This is where we are at the moment. It's only about 5 minutes down the road from where I live. So this Kaiaua Loop, just head down the coastline. You start off at Maraetai, then I head into Clevedon, go inland a bit, go back out to the coast, Kaiaua Bay, then you venture over Oriri Point, go through a bit of bush, then you pop out basically the top of the Firth of Thames, and then head down to Kaiaua, and then Miranda, and then head back west towards Mangatauwhiri, and then up over the Unuas, through some bush again, back through Whitford. So we'll have a look at the map and just actually see roughly how long it's all going to take. But just a great ride. If you live in the Auckland region, no doubt you would have, if you're a motorcyclist for sure, you would have done this quite a few times. And if you haven't done it before, I definitely recommend it. It's nice and windy, ideal for motorcyclists. It's not very busy. It's got some great scenery along the coast, bit of bush, farmland, basically got a bit of everything. So let's have a look at maps. I'll give you a brief rundown and then we'll get on our way. Just brought up maps, hopefully you can see that. So I'm going to start from Beachlands. It's showing me to go through the Unuas, but I'm going to head down along the coast like I said. So what does that say? Just over an hour to get to Kaiaua, and doing the loop, oh yeah, just about an hour to get back. So let's call it 2 hours, just over 2 hours. 63k, so say about 120k all up. But I'll stop down at Kaiaua. I'll grab a bite to eat and a coffee down there, and I'll just show you the highlights along the way. Just a quick bit of drone footage there of Maraetai, not my left eye, that's a dad joke right there. So just heading around the corner, and that wharf we got over there, this is Magazine Bay, quite a scenic little spot. Beaches all along this coast are nice and safe for swimming at. So just a couple of kilometres along the coast, this will be the last beach we go through. Now we're going to turn away and we're going to head inland, and we're going to head towards Clevedon, which is about 10k. So our next little town is Clevedon Village, and we're going to go left here and head towards Kaiaua Bay. So we're going to go head back towards the coast. There's a petrol station here in Clevedon. Actually, now that I think about it, there is a petrol station in Maraetai. There's one in Clevedon, and your next one will be about 50k away in Kaiaua. There's a petrol station there. And then when we head back over the Unuas, in Unua Township, there's another petrol station. So you don't have to worry about fuel, and there's also one at Whitford. So no worries about petrol, heaps of fuel stops along the way. If you like your oysters, Clevedon Oysters is the place to stop. I've heard it's really good. I have been in there before. Not really a fan myself, but nice fresh oysters. Now if you get time, I recommend you check out this regional park, Kaiaua Regional Park. I'm not going to go down there today. It's all tar sealed. They've got a good safe car park down the bottom, and they've got this pretty cool old concrete wharf, which you get quite a good view looking back towards Waiheke. Our next little settlement is Kaiaua Bay. They've got a dairy here. This is quite a good spot if you come through in the afternoon and you grab yourself an ice cream. Now this next section, so we're heading back inland again, and we're going to go up over the, well, I'll call it a summit. We go up over Auckland Point. Road's pretty good through here on your motorcycle. I'm going to stop up here and let these cars get ahead of me, and there's some really good corners coming up, and give it a bit of throttle and have a bit of fun. And then we'll drop back down and head back down towards the top of the Firth of Thames. I might just put it into sports mode. Alright, I'll just leave the camera rolling, get into it. This is a really good section just through here, heaps of twisties. Just got to be careful in the wet, she gets a bit slippery. So this last tight corner, we've reached the top. Start heading back down, going through some native bush through here. You come through here at night time, it's just completely black. Good section to test out your headlights on your motorcycle. Bummer, caught up with the cars. Oh well, it was a good bled up the hill. Just going to give my helmet a bit of a clean. Had a collision with a bee back there. So I've just stopped at, this is Auckland Point Hall, I think it is, and you can turn down towards the Auckland Point little settlement down there. There's not much down there. There's a shop. Again, it goes back to the coast. A lot of fishermen go down there, but I'm just going to carry on and head down towards Kaiaua. Rightio, off we go. Another tight, twisty little section coming up. What is it, 19k to Kaiaua. Which gets a little bit tight just through this section. Just got to watch camper vans coming towards you, cutting the old centre line. here today. What are we? Easter Monday. Yeah, it'll be people coming back from the holiday, I'm guessing. Now this regional park here, I do a bit of filming up here. It's pretty cool. The only thing is it's a gravel road, so it's alright if you've got an adventure bike. I've done a few reviews and that up there. It's pretty private, even though it's public access, but you don't get a lot of people up there. Alright, that's not a bad view. So that's the top of the Firth of Thames, and those hills you see over there, that's the Coromandel Peninsula. So if I'm going to do the Coromandel Loop, this will be my ride down through to Kaiaua, down along the coast, and then, because living in Auckland, it's quite good to stay away from the motorways, all the busy traffic. I don't have to go near there, which is quite handy. So I mean, that's a good day's ride if you wanted. If you live in Auckland, come down and do this section of the Kaiaua Loop, Miranda, and then cut through to Thames, and away you go. So this part is pretty scenic along the coastline here. The road goes quite close to the water. There's a big slip coming up. So this massive slip happened a few years ago, but the engineers have decided just to let it do its thing, because the whole side of the hill is still shifting. It's okay today, it's fairly dry. But if we have a big storm come through and it gets wet, usually they have to get the diggers and graders out to remove all that clay from the top of the road. And it may be sort of just closed down to one lane if that happens. Alright guys, we're not far now to Kaiaua, and I'm going to call into the pink shop. So the land starts to flatten out here, so we're going to come across some big long straights. Just be careful of the traffic cops. Occasionally they do patrol along here. Not sure if the speed limit's 80 or 100. Might be 100 now. But especially being on a motorcycle, it's quite easy to try and do the land speed record. So yeah, just a heads up there. Quite often you'll see them set up at Kaiaua, and then they patrol up and down. There's also a pub in Kaiaua too, so they have the old checkpoint here and there. Haven't seen it happen very often, but just one day out of the blue you may come across them. Alright, we've made it. Ooh, she looks pretty busy. Public holiday. Could be a wee wait. Always get myself a bacon and egg roll and a coffee. But I'm going to go park over here, away from everybody. This should do me under this tree. Man, that was a good bacon and egg roll, that's for sure. Right, I'm just going to find a little spot, might launch the drone, just get a quick bit of footage of Kaiaua, and then we'll be on our way. Pub's closed, Easter Monday. They would have lost a lot of business today. So if you need fuel, here's the petrol station in Kaiaua. And we got a decision to make here at this intersection. So I'm going to take Kaiaua Road, which will take me back to Mangataupuri. It's a bloody good motorcycle road, this one. But if you want to, you can carry on straight ahead along East Coast Road, which takes you towards Miranda. You go past Miranda Hot Pools, and you can carry on along Miranda Road, and that'll take you back also to Mangataupuri. The only difference being really is if you go straight ahead, there's some big long straights and it just follows the coast. And if you go right where I'm going and where those motorcyclists have just turned up, I personally think this road's Kaiaua Road is a way better road for motorcyclists. It's got some nice sweeping bends and a bit more scenery up there, so that's one I'm going to take. Right, enough messing around. Let's do it. Oh, there you go, 100k through here. So we're heading back inland now. We're heading up around the edge of the Unua ranges, and eventually we'll pass through some of it. Now if you feel like it, that's Workman's Road, which does take you into the Unua ranges. There's a big dam up there you can go and check out. It does go to gravel though, so just think about that if you don't want to take your shiny road bike up there. So we're coming up to the intersection of Kaiaua Road and Miranda Road. So if you had decided to go straight ahead back at the petrol station, you would have ended up back here anyway. I think it's slightly longer. So we're going to go right and we're going to head towards Mangataupuri. So we're well and truly away from the coast now, heading back into the hills. We're going to turn right up here. I think it's called Limes Road, and this will take us back to Unua, which is, what does the sign say, 20k. We're just passing through Unua village. There is a petrol station here if you need one. Just to the left here where the hall is, there's actually some public toilets just in there. They're sort of hard case, but they're water tanks made into female and male toilets. I'm going to turn off here onto Whites Road, and this will take me back towards Clevedon. Now if you feel like stretching your legs, you can turn right here to Unua Falls. It's about a 5-minute ride down to the car park, and it's probably about a 5-minute walk to quite a large waterfall. Probably worth checking out if you've got a bit of time. Quite a nice little section of road through here. This is Skyline Road, so this is from Unua to Clevedon. There's a couple of slips along here, just have to be a little bit careful. So I've ended up back at Clevedon Village. And this was the roundabout earlier that takes you out to Kaiaua Bay. Now if I want to, I could go left here and go through Whitford, Scenic route, but I'm not. I'm going to go back to Maraetai from where I started the ride this morning. Alright guys, well if you're still watching, you've just watched my version of the Kaiaua Loop ride. Which I think is the best ride in East Auckland. So if you're coming through Auckland and or even if you're heading south from Northland, definitely get off the motorway, even if you do part of it. Like I said earlier, good little option if you're heading down to the Coromandel from Auckland. Saves you going on that nasty southern motorway, which really sucks. And even if you're tourists and you're new to New Zealand, you've come over here, you've flown into Auckland International Airport and you've picked yourself up a motorcycle and you're going to do the New Zealand tour of on your motorcycle, give it a crack. So hopefully I've helped you out a bit with the video. I think a lot of the locals that are watching it have done it more than once. I've been riding it for the last 10 years. Still really enjoy it. Taking me a bit longer today. What is the time? Nearly 1:30. I left home at 9:30. I made a few stops along the way, messed around with my drone, had quite a long lunch. But if I'm in a bit of a hurry, I can normally do it in 2 or 2.5 hours from my place. So we're back to where we started. Well, thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers!